Oh, hey, how you doing? It's your old pal the Rhino here. Today we're talking about bathroom survival during a disaster. You're gonna love this. I'm gonna show you 3 things that you could use during a disaster scenario when the toilet paper runs out. Alright, now you only have a finite amount of toilet paper. And I don't know how long a disaster might last, and you got to expect that maybe a disaster might last 2 weeks or so. It could go 3 months, you never know. But you're only going to have so much. A lot of people stock up, but it takes up a lot of room. So, once you run out of this, what are you going to do? Well, I'm going to show you 3 different things that you're going to need in a disaster scenario that could really help you out, and it's not going to cost you too much. First thing I'm going to show you is I got this from my father-in-law. I saw this in a storage area that he had a bunch of these 1-liter bottles filled with water. At first, I thought he was drinking this stuff. But it comes to find out, he fills this full of ordinary tap water, and he's going to put it in the back of his toilet to be able to flush his toilet. Now, he had about 20, 25 of those. So every time you want to flush your toilet, just fill this up in the bottom and let it go. No problem. It makes it pretty easy. And he can flush it. Now, understand this. You wait until you absolutely have to flush it before you do it. Don't do it every time because you only have a finite number of these, okay? I don't know, I have about 20 of these, 25 of these, all right? So wait until you absolutely have to. It's very important. Second thing I want to show you is kitty litter. Now, I don't even have cats. But why would you have kitty litter? Because if it works for cats, it can work for you. Now, in a disaster scenario, eventually if you can't flush the toilet and you can't go to the bathroom in the toilet, you're going to be going outside. And what's going to happen is you're going to dig a latrine out there, all right? Big hole in the ground. And we'll talk about that in another video. But you're not going to probably go out there every single time. What you'll probably do is use a bucket. Now, as a guy, you can go anywhere. It's no big deal. You'll step out, you'll walk outside, use the bathroom. But for ladies, it's a little bit more private, all right? You need to think about that for the ladies a little bit. And probably what will happen is it'll be a 5-gallon bucket that you'll be using. Now, if you got a 5-gallon bucket, what you should do is also have some kitty litter too. And what you do is you take the kitty litter, you put it in the bucket. Now, I'd fill it about halfway up. And every time you defecate into the 5-gallon bucket, all you do is you sift it, let the particles collect to that, and that way it doesn't stink through your whole house and in your garage. Now, I want to make this perfectly clear. Don't buy cheap cat litter. I'm telling you what, if you've used cat litter before and it's cheap, it doesn't work. So take and spend a little extra money and buy the good cat litter. I mean, it's just important. I bought this just for a prop today. I mean, I have big, huge bags full. I don't know, I have about 5 or 6 bags. I don't know, for me, that's all I really need. I keep them up in my attic. That's where you can keep them. You don't need these small ones, but you need enough to be able to, I think, to last a couple weeks. But, you know, it depends on your prepping and preparing capability. If you want to go a year, well, you better keep a year's worth. I got that. The next thing I want you to understand is that since you've run out, I don't know, you could use leaves or something like that. But you know what? The next best thing to use is a phone book. All right? Now, phone books are pretty cool. As you can see, the yellow pages, the white pages. Phone books are pretty cool because really, who uses phone books anymore? I mean, really, you get on a computer. But what happens is these phone book companies, man, they pass out a ton of them. I mean, you just look up your neighborhood, there's a ton of people with them, and what do? They typically throw them out. You could go ask your neighbors for a few of theirs, or better yet, if you're a businessman or you live near businesses, go ask businesses if they have some old phone books that you can have. I mean, I've collected a ton of them. As you can see, these are kept in plastic. I'm just leaving them in the plastic that they came in. That's great. Now, what you use is you just rip off a piece every single time that you need one. All right, and then what I would do is I'd put it in a separate plastic bag, and that way you can take those out eventually too. All right, now there's going to be some guy on YouTube who's going to say, Rhino, I ain't going to do that. That's stupid. All right, I'm not going to be using a phone book when I go to the bathroom. Well, that's cool. I got that. All right, that's no problem. But you know what? Your neighbors are going to be in the exact same problem that you are. They're not going to have any toilet paper, and they're going to run out. What are they going to do? They're going to look to you for some toilet paper. And what you can do, instead of giving them the gold here, you give them the silver, all right? And say, hey, use these phone books, all right? I mean, that's the second best thing that they can get. They'll probably use it. So understand, Even if you're not going to use this for yourself, you can definitely give it to your neighbors. It can help them out. And man, in a survival situation, even a camping situation, phone books are awesome. So it's just something that you can think about, prep, and it doesn't cost very much money. Again, you have water for the back of your toilet, you have kitty litter, and you also have phone books. 3 things that are very important in a disaster bathroom scenario. I'm the Rhino for Survival Skills 101. Are you prepared to look forward?